And we live. We live, right? Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Steal the Show. We are here. We got a great topic tonight. We also have a Zoom guy coming in too.
Got a Zoom caller.
Yeah, Zoom caller.
Where's the Zoom caller coming from?
Calling from Tampa.
Tampa. Where is it?
Interesting.
All the way from Tampa.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we gonna get straight to the topic, I guess, because this here been a long time coming. Lance, can you hear us? Can you come on screen? I'm about to send you that too.
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Okay, 1 second. I'm about to steal the show. Okay, there we go. Make sure we turn off our phones.
Is it a link I can send?
Yeah, I'm about to copy link.
Well, while we send the links, I'm getting prepared. So the guest to the right of me, why don't you introduce yourself to the good people?
I guess I'll use my real name here.
You guess?
I guess.
You running from the feds or something?
I just don't. I don't be wanting people to know my business.
Hey, well.
I'm secretive, but yeah, my name is Ethel. Melody Farms on Facebook. What did you want to know?
So did you just spill was that the government or what?
That was the first name.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's all you get.
Okay, I can do it.
That's all you get. But
And you do?
I am an insurance. Okay, I'm an insurance broker and a loan signing agent. So I do when people buy a house, close on the loans. Go over the paperwork with them. Then mother, amateur gardener, very amateur. I kill so much stuff in a year, so much.
Well, it's all about the attempt. It's all about the attempt.
I keep trying. I kill less and less every year, so.
Okay. So we make ground. We
I'm
making progress.
Better. I'm getting better.
We're making progress. And as we swing to me, the number one Bel Air boy.
Got your name?
Oh shit. The number one Bel Air boy, Jesus Price. It's growing. It's growing. I got an audience that love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I am the number one Bel Air boy, Jesus Price. And we here at Steal the Show.
And I am.
And tell us who you is, good brother.
And I
How are
am
you, sir?
Al motherfucking Steele.
Oh shit.
The man of Steal the Show.
Okay.
So, we gonna get straight to the topic.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, we gonna go ahead and get straight to it because, like I said, it's been a long time coming, and I apologize too for last night. But everybody internet went out last night, so we
Yeah, mine did go out.
Yeah, my internet definitely took a hard ass dive.
yeah, up until like 7 o'clock this morning.
Thank you.
So so we about to go ahead and get into it, and I guess we're gonna let our Zoom caller go ahead and go first. Lance, can you hear us? Go ahead, do that.
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
It's all on you, brother.
So I mean, as far as the 50-50 topic, I mean, ultimately it kind of just depends on the circumstance. Me personally, my standpoint on it is, I personally think in most cases is fiscally irresponsible, for whether it's a man or a female to pay 100% of the bills when married and when it's when marriage is not involved. Like if you're married, then that's one thing. But anything prior to that, like in my opinion, is fiscally irresponsible. I mean, if you kind of like just look at the statistics and kind of just think about, when you've been in relationships, the vast majority of them have failed, unless if you're in married now or what have you, then that's something different. But I think the statistics, something like 85% of relationships fail. I think it's like 58 to 60% of long-term relationships fail. So from that perspective, I mean, if you're paying 100% of the bills, while the other person is able to stack money, invest money into whatever, once that relationship is over with, like, you have no claim to that from a legal perspective. So if they stack 60 grand, 30 grand, whatever the case may be, once they're gone, they're gone. And now you kind of, they have the bag and you help them, get ahead, but at the detriment of you in most cases. Now, I mean, if the breadwinner's making like 300,000 and, the other person, the wife or what have you, is making like 30 grand, then that's something completely different. If the disparity is a big disparity there, then that's something different. But I mean, if it's a situation like, the man, for instance, is making 80 grand and she's making like 50, 60 grand or something like that, I don't think it's a fiscally responsible thing to pay 100% of the bills unless you are married. And that's just kind of my take on it.
Well, I guess that we are going to go with being married, right? So we're going to just stick with just being married. Boyfriends and stuff. And then people want to say, well, if the man live with me and this and that, we're going to just stick with straight marriage.
Okay, I mean, straight marriage, I mean, that changes everything because, from a legal perspective, you do have, I believe, it's state specific, but I believe in most states you do have a legal claim to that if that was a circumstance where, the other person, the wife or what have you, was able to stack her money and stuff like that. So you do have a legal claim. But I mean, yeah, I mean, in a marriage, if she taking care of the kids, she taking care of the house, she's working as well, you're the breadwinner, or even if even if y'all make about the same amount of money, if she's doing all those extra things, then I do think it is the right thing to pay all the bills or the vast majority of the bills or the major bills, and then she just pay for groceries and stuff like that. So I mean, in that regard, if we're talking about marriage, then I think 100% or close to 100% is okay.
So are we just solely talking about finances?
I mean, that's what 50, yeah. Yeah, 50,
It's
no?
not. It's not.
So it's not just the finances, no?
It's not.
I mean, I guess
And
it's subjective.
It's just a different way of thinking, because men often think of things from a financial standpoint. They'll think about money. If I tell a man that I want to be taken care of, he's automatically thinking that I want a man to take care of me financially, and that's not what I mean. That's not
So tell us.
solely what I mean.
So tell us, what do you mean?
Well, when I say I want to be taken care of, that means if I'm sick, I want somebody that's going to be there with me. If I have certain needs, I want somebody there that's going to fill my needs, whatever those needs are at that given time. And I provide the same thing.
So when a woman do say 50-50 when it comes down to finances, because I think that's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
But when you weigh everything out, so for example, you have man and woman married. They're paying, they're going half on the bills. And I know somebody personally that is in this situation. The woman comes home, she still got to cook, she got to clean, she got to take care of the kids, she got to be the porn star at the end of the night for the husband. The man goes to work, he's paying half the bills. He comes home, he goes to sleep. He comes home, he sits and watches TV. The wife is exhausted. She's basically a slave and stressed out. So a lot of times, that is the dynamic, whether we want to acknowledge that or not. That's often the dynamic.
I do. You do.
Oh, yeah, well,
So I'm sorry. So, go ahead.
I mean, if we solely speaking from a financial point, then I think that's somewhat of a well, we was talking about this a couple of days ago. is that a premarital agreement to go 50-50 or?
It definitely should be discussed before marriage happens, because it's not for everybody.
Right.
It's definitely not for everybody. I'm not going to say every man should do that. Some men can't. And some men don't. I mean, some women don't want that dynamic. It's women that want to pay, their, fair share of their half or whatever. Those women are definitely out there.
Right.
So it should be discussed before marriage is even, before that happens. The moment marriage is on the table, that should be something that's discussed. And we don't have those people don't have those real conversations. They be so loopy and in love, they thinking of this fairy tale, and then they get married and all hell break loose.
I wish I knew how this narrative started, because is it actually men asking for this?
I think that's a great question.
I need the narrative to properly say this, because anybody with common sense knows that one paycheck is not going to hold down two people. I mean, I guess depending on what you do.
Right.
It
You know
does.
what I'm saying? Or do you live in a 5-bedroom house? Do you live in a shack? Do you have a car note? Do you ride in a bucket? Like, what's for me to properly assess this? Like, I really need to know the narrative, because I don't see, or I don't know any man that's just fishing for a 50-50 relationship. But I mean,
I actually literally saw it in writing yesterday. I actually saw it while I was sitting here, and I started laughing last night because I thought it was funny that I scrolled past that, and that was our topic. But the guy was like, he just looking for a woman that wants to go 50-50. He want a woman that got her own. And a lot of times the assumption is that when a woman does not want that, it's that she's broke. She's trying to live off the man. And sometimes that's the case. That's absolutely the case sometimes. That I'm not going to say it's not. But there are certain subsets of women who do have their own money.
And there's an awful lot of what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine going around here with people who's fully capable of taking care of themselves.
Now, I'm gonna also say too that women want those kind of men, but what comes with those kind of men are men that say, okay, I'm gonna front the bill, but I'm gonna live a lifestyle that I'm gonna live, and that's just that. Like, so now the guy is cheating, and now it's like, oh, he's a bad dude because he cheated on me. Well, he kind of feel like that he could do what he wants just because he pay all the bills.
I would have to know the mindset of that man. Is he looking for a partner? Or is he looking for a trophy?
That's one. And if it's a trophy, 9 times out of 10,
Then
that's what he's doing.
Because he
Absolutely.
don't expect too much of nothing from you, but besides just stand there and smile, like.
But now, I feel like that goes both ways with the woman and the man, because, like I said, women, they are looking for those type of men. Most of the time, it's those kind of women that are very sexy or very beautiful, whatever, that is demanding those type of things, right? So, I mean, if you want a certain kind of person, honestly, you have to be on that certain level to even get those certain things that you qualify for.
Not
honestly.
necessarily. I'm going to tell you that for an absolute. I told you, I close home loans. I sit across the table from these people all the time, and these are very mediocre looking women with husbands who want to make sure that their wife will not be responsible for the mortgage. They want to make sure that their wife's name is not on that note, that she will not be responsible for paying that note on that home.
No, is that
And these are average looking women.
No.
And these are, and in some cases they don't work or they make little money, because I can see their financial information as well and what they make.
But is that genuine or is that tactical? Like,
For a woman not to cut.
Am I making sure that your name ain't on this, or you not touching this just in case you
Right.
go left?
No,
Right.
because the wife's name, the wife still has claim to the property. Her name is on the actual deed to the home. So he's not taking her off of the home. They don't do that. They just want to make sure that on that note, that promise to pay, that their wife is not responsible for that. They don't want her credit ran.
Right.
They don't want her income considered, if she has any income, to be
But now,
considered.
does that goes to the first point that I was making towards she don't have any control. You know, just towards.
I don't know that.
If I want to do what I want, I'm paying all the bills.
Not all
Know what
men
I'm saying?
think like that.
So if you paying all the bills, does that give you the automatic go to just be a sleaze? Like I'm confused. Like
No,
I need to understand.
no, it don't. But that's what normally happens, though. Like.
Just the percentage, Al.
Well, the thing about it was this.
That's what happens sometimes.
So the thing is this. Even when you talk to like older men, like Doug was just saying earlier, older men and also Africans, they say the reason why they do pay for everything is to keep their women in line, and so they can do what they want to do, regardless if it's like the wrong thing or the Bible thing to do or whatnot. Like that's kind of what happens. It's almost like dating a drug dealer. When you date a drug dealer, guess what? He's doing everything. He's fronting everything. He's gonna live his life how he want to live it.
And that includes
living his life how he want to live it.
Not every relationship dynamic is the same.
No, I'm not saying that.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm making a point. And in a lot of cases, that's what's happening. You know, the man is paying all the bills so he can control the woman, so he can control every little thing, every situation. And I've heard from a lot of women who got out of those situations. A lot of times they don't marry again.
Right. So it do happen.
Yeah, it definitely happens. I never said it didn't. But I can't say that it's always going to happen. You just have to understand who you're dealing with. And you should have a pretty good understanding of that before you say I do. Maybe not a full understanding because you can never really know somebody fully.
Well, a lot of people too, they also look at the things and the lifestyle at the beginning.
And that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And you can't, how can I explain it? You really can't look at the material. Well, hold on. Let me back up a little bit. I tell people, like, okay, so I was talking to somebody about how women say they need a man. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I'm okay. That's fine. It's fine to need a man. Mm-hmm. But what my gripe was with women is a lot of us don't understand what we need a man for. Okay. And every woman's need is not the same.
True.
Some women want a man to finance. They need a man to finance their lifestyle. That's what they need a man to do. If he don't want to have sex with them, they good with that. If he don't want to be faithful, they good with that. As long as that credit card, when it's swiped, it go through. Right. That's all they would need that man for. Some women need a man, to be a partner, or a man to protect and provide, and be a full partner in the relationship. And they so it's just different needs. It's just different needs.
So
some women just need health insurance. It's really.
So what you're saying is that women first should ask themselves, what do I need a man for?
Absolutely.
And if I just need a man to go 50-50 with me, then yeah. Or if I just need a sex partner, then this is what it is. Or if I just need whatever.
And if you're honest with yourself and you're honest with your partner about what it is that you need them for, vice versa, both ends, then people get who they want. Instead of deceiving a person into thinking, oh, we in this together, we're going to do this, but you don't really care about the other person. You just care about what they can buy for you or the lifestyle they can provide for you.
Right.
So I said that to say that there are women out there that only care about the lifestyle that can be provided. And a lot of times the man understands that that's his purpose in her life.
True.
And that man will probably be out screwing around.
So that's what I was saying.
Exactly.
When it comes down to the type of woman and the type of man.
Right.
It goes both ways.
Right.
Now, I was talking to my uncle earlier, and what he was saying was that if each person just do what they do towards making themselves happy. So let's just say a woman, right? Because that's what we're talking about towards women, towards towards the 50-50. If a woman is making 150, if if you are making yourself happy with the funds that you are making, then why force the issue towards even saying I need a man that's gonna pay everything when you already settled, or not settled, but you already good. You know what I'm saying? So if everybody just go in it towards I'm happy already, you know what I'm saying? Then there we go from there.
You can go into a situation happy, or you can walk around happy all day and still feel like you need somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that's not to say needing somebody doesn't mean that you're not happy with yourself. Not at all.
Say that again.
Needing somebody doesn't mean that you're unhappy with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably a misconception. So yeah, I'm happy, but
saying like
I
happy
want to share my life with somebody.
With them, right? But the point is though, is that if, like you just said, that you want to share your life with someone else, right? You may go across about 100 different dudes looking for that guy that can't go, that can go above the 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So now, do you waste time looking for this dude, or do you say, you know what, this dude, he only makes 75 and he can't afford my lifestyle, but you know what, let's live life.
See, that for me, I can't speak for all women with this. If I'm living at a certain lifestyle, if I'm living at a certain level, and then I know being with this man, I would have to, if I want him to bankroll everything, I would have to bring it down. I would just cover the stuff that I want. Like, if it's some extravagant stuff that I want, I know I can afford it and he can't, I'm going to cover it. And guess what? He going to get one too. Whatever it is, we going to, but it's not necessarily just the man is just doing everything. And I think that's always the misconception.
Right.
That just, because like I said, I've met these women who tell me that their husbands pay all the bills. They don't have to pay any bills. But she like, we use my check for fun.
Right.
We, together. So they use it for the vacations. And so I know women who take their husbands on vacation. The husband pay all the bills, they take them on vacation. They buy them gifts. They do, do things like that for them. They'll buy stuff for the household with that money. So it's not just a man just doing everything. It's just that portion of the life is what he's doing.
See, and this is where things get jaded.
Mm-hmm.
Because in narratives like these, there's no depth to these topics. It's just, does this, boom. It's like, well, of course it goes deeper than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just like you said, yeah, that man may cover everything under the roof, but with her money, they having fun.
Exactly.
Nobody's missing out on nothing. But when you see these memes on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, like all you're privy to is just this one little snapshot that sends everybody up into a rage.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's social media. And you can't add any depth to a meme because they only give you so many characters.
Yes, you can.
So, I mean, that just is what it is. And that's why it's important to have a full conversation and an objective conversation about it. Just have people that's willing to listen to all sides and talk and actually have some kind of dialogue about it, as opposed to somebody yelling, "Oh, you wrong." And I had a guy cuss me out. He cussed me out on social media. I didn't say anything. I just actually laughed. And he was like really upset. But he was talking about women being lazy, wanting a man to pay everything. And it just kind of shined a light on the type of women he's used to dealing with. Yeah, or it could be multiple because people have a type. I know I have a type, and I am trying to get away from that type, but I know I have a type. So we is somebody, is the sound good, or he listening to the sound? So yeah, people have, and that just shined a light on, basically the type of women he's used to, because most of the women that I know, that the husband pays the bills, they take care of the home, they take care of the man, because that's a job. Because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. I mean, I'm talking about my best friend having a tug of war with her husband about eating vegetables.
Oh, I mean,
it's not easy.
Was he a vegetable eater before?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, hey. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things you can't. Like,
he needs to learn new tricks, or he gonna be a old dog with a limp leg. Well, because he pre-diabetic now, and he not eating right.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the point of attaching yourself to that type of? Did you not do your proper homework before you attached yourself to that?
They were friends for a long time before they got married. So I guess sometimes you take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It just depends on how bad that bad is. In which case, eating vegetables is negotiable. It's not I'm not gonna marry you because you don't eat vegetables. Like, we can figure it out. She sneaks them into the meals. Trick him into thinking like he the toddler. So he's now that he's got the information from the doctor that he's pre-diabetic, now he's more receptive to what she's been saying before. But it took that, and I guess that's fine. It's as long as it's taken care of before he's full blown diabetic. But like I said,
if he puts in the work,
exactly. But she's taken on the role of making sure that he eats right. So she prepares his meals even though he's tired, because he comes home at weird times of the night because he works late. She will get up and cook late so that he has a meal, and she works full time. Is about 6 or 7 months pregnant, and she does this to take care of him.
She was Dr.
So these women are out here, but a lot of times guys will overlook those women for what just simply looks or feels good. So in that case, then you get jaded responses when it comes to talking about paying 50-50 or going 50-50 or paying all the bills. These men are coming from a mindset of they've probably never had a good woman, or if they had a good woman, they didn't value her. And it's not any different with with women who say, okay, well, they want a man to pay all the bills. And the reason I was saying it at first was because I got tired of dealing in relationships where I didn't feel like I benefited in any way. I feel like they got all the benefit. Okay. So it was coming from a place of hurt for me.
Okay, so tell me what you were missing.
Huh?
Let's
I really wasn't getting anything I wanted. And I really not go into detail, because then people start feeling sad for me and they be like, oh, you need a hug? I don't want to go into detail. Just know it was enough.
Okay, so tell me what you would want. Like, tell me what you would want.
I mean, I really
tell me what you would, if we could push the line a little bit. Tell me what you would want that you wasn't good, that you weren't getting.
Okay, so sometimes I have a hard day.
Okay. And
sometimes I just need somebody to talk to at the end of that day.
Okay.
Oftentimes I couldn't get that. Sometimes you wanna date and you wanna go out and you wanna be wined and dined. Not all the time, because I really don't be feeling like doing all that extra all the time. So every now and again, yeah, you want that. That wasn't a norm, having somebody to just share experiences with.
You weren't getting that, and you were in a relationship?
I was barely getting that. In the beginning, I was getting that. But once they kind of started moving on to create a new relationship with somebody else, I was fully neglected. So I was confused.
Is this without
Mm-hmm.
Is this without leaving
Mm-hmm.
the previous relationship?
Absolutely.
Yikes.
Absolutely. So like I said, and then at the end of the day, I was still working full time, sometimes 2 jobs, paying my own bills. I always took care of my own children. Never asked a man to do any of that. Never asked a man to pay my bills or anything like that, because I'm single. We're not married. So I agree with Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with him on that. I don't believe that should be the dynamic if you're not married. Because the amount of control that you do get, and there is an amount of control that you get from paying all the bills, you're not about to have that over me without no contract. If you're not legally married, you're not about to have that over me, because I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do me.
So it goes back to
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I didn't disagree with you. I do agree with you that it definitely happens.
What?
What's it? Red Fields?
Yeah, Red Fields say
When divorce happens, he'll lose everything.
Everything.
This depends on the woman, because I didn't say a woman shouldn't work. If she has income coming in, he won't lose everything.
why wouldn't though? Because you go through divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
The woman normally gets the house. You know what I'm saying? The woman normally gets everything.
If there are children, the woman, if there are children and the woman has the children, the
She's
woman
gonna
should get the house.
Right.
She should get the
Right.
house, because
So-
your kids homeless.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is that, back to the point that we were trying to make, what a Red Fields is saying is that the man loses everything. He loses the home that he was just paying for. Everything.
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 Is the house
It's-
everything, or
I
is
mean,
there
he
more?
has to start all
That's
over.
his foundation.
I mean, yeah.
she
That's
has to
his
start
foundation.
over as well?
She has a house. Right? She has a
She
foundation.
does have a house, but she's taking care of. If she's taking care of his children, then she should have a house.
So
She absolutely should. If he's the one with the guy that has the children, I'm not a judge. I can't make these decisions, but he should get the house.
but it's still though, if it's a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
the man still loses everything because. So
Not
if
necessarily.
you're in a
I'm
relationship
telling
for
you,
10 years, right?
I see these things, and I see them outside of Detroit.
Right. We don't say
and-
marriage, right? So if you're in a marriage for 10 years,
Look,
gotta be paying.
I watched
If
them.
you're in a relationship,
I
for
have
7
seen men
years,
get the house. That's what I'm telling you. I've seen men get the house.
Did the lady nominate to not take anything?
She probably did. She
Okay.
probably did, but she also didn't have custody of the children. He did. The kids stayed with him.
Okay.
And that's how it should have been. If the children were staying with him, then he should have gotten that house. But like I said, I'm not a judge. I don't make that determination. But one thing people don't realize is marriage is a contract.
It is.
And you can put clauses in a contract.
Mm-hmm.
You can alter the contract.
Right.
Definitely.
So in the case of a divorce, the only thing that's going to happen is what you allowed to happen in that contract. People just be signing a marriage certificate and just letting the law decide.
Right.
And if you feel like you got a lot to lose, don't do that.
That's true.
Don't do that. That's not smart. I say it all the time. Well, what if she cheat and she leave me? She can take everything. You should have put an infidelity clause in the in your contract. Women, if he asking for a prenup, you need to put in an infidelity clause in the prenup.
Definitely.
Because if he cheats on you, you take half.
Automatically.
That's all.
that simple. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people, when you go into a marriage and you're going into a marriage with somebody and they're saying, if this marriage ends, you don't get, we leave with what we came with.
Right.
And then you take your time and you invest your time in this person, say 20 years in this person. And then they decide, to step out of the marriage and betray your trust, which is a huge thing. Especially if you're when you're marrying somebody, you're putting your trust in this person.
Right.
You're putting your trust in that this person is always going to be there. That this person is not going to betray me. Because whether we like to admit it or not, cheating in a relationship, a marriage, it opens your significant other up to danger. It does. That betrayal of trust is actually very serious for me, and it's serious for a lot of people, not just women. But like I said, you have to, if you're going into it with that, you need some assurances. Like, okay, well, if you decide to do something that you shouldn't be doing, then I want an assurance in there, and maybe they'll think twice about it because that's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just feel like that's why people should just understand that shit is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Things are gonna happen, and
I agree with Latrice. I didn't read the full thing.
She says, in fact, he is paying for the bills, and portion of her money should go back into the household, and she should be saving a certain percentage. Should not just be able to live freely with her money.
And I fully agree with all of that.
Yeah,
I agree with all of that. Absolutely. Because it's still a partnership. Just because one party is paying all the household bills doesn't mean they're not working together.
right.
In some shape or form.
They're definitely working together. And sometimes it could be financial. Like, I've seen the husbands pay all the household bills, and the wife is using her money to buy investment property for the both of them, for the family.
Right.
So it's just about the type of woman that you choose.
Right. And now, I'm just saying, everything is good with the ideas that people have and people want, but sometimes things don't go that route. You know what I'm saying? Things don't go that route. How many times have you planned something by the age of 30? I'm gonna be married, have 2 kids. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a millionaire by 40. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in fact, if things don't go according to plan, they don't have to end up being like dead left though. Like, just because things don't go according to plan, don't mean like the ultimate fucked up thing may happen. It just might be a little deter. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, I mean, cause I'm kind of like stuck on the whole like if I'm paying this, then I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
What are you in a marriage for?
Now, like I said, when you talk about certain women, certain men, once again, I'm not saying all, but when you talk about certain women that are asking for these type of guys, they don't know what they are getting themselves into, or they do, but it doesn't always end out sweet. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in your case, you're suggesting. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
Well, Redfield said again means that he would have to start a whole new life.
Yeah.
They both would have to start a new life.
They would both have to initially start over.
Absolutely have to start a new life.
Now, you never know who's on the side already starting a new life, so, which makes it an easier transition, but they both have to start from. But more cases likely, the man gets his whole foundation tore away from him, and he has to rebuild.
Right.
And that's more than likely.
Right.
But rebuilding is a lot easier when you don't have children that you are taking care of 24/7.
But
not saying he's not taking care of the children, but he doesn't have them in tow all the time.
But it's less easier if that man loses his foundation, which is attached to his income. Now he has to pay more, which means he has to work more to regain himself and provide for the children that he made. Like,
so you said he loses his foundation. What is the foundation?
He loses his house, but he's still paying bills there.
You gotta go.
He doesn't necessarily. This is what I mean. Just because he's paying the bills does not mean she does not work.
Let's go with the majority. Let's go with the majority.
Is that the majority though?
Majority of the cases that you see.
And that they're still paying the household bills.
That's what's that called? Alimony or some shit?
That is called alimony, but alimony is based on a lot of times if
First
the
one, they gotta be
wife,
together longer than 10 years. One.
right,
Yeah.
and then also if they're making, say they're making almost the same amount of money, or say whatever she's working, if he's paying alimony, it's not going to be a large amount because she's had income throughout the whole marriage. A lot of times alimony comes in where the man
It's doing everything and she's not working, right?
exactly.
Right.
That's when alimony comes in because the divorce happens and they're saying she still needs to maintain her lifestyle because
Okay,
whatever.
so let's go
So-
with that. A woman, she is working, man is paying everything, but she's still working and getting her money.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say what his alimony would be, what, maybe $200-300 a month, something like that.
Wait,
Probably none at all.
even with the fact that she's still working, he still has to provide alimony?
That's
Even
not.
if she has her own form of income?
If she can prove that what she make can't pay for all the bills, the kids
Right.
and everything, yes, he has to pay alimony, plus he also have to pay child support.
Absolutely.
Plus he have to start his life over. So when you
Right,
say
gotta
that,
find
But
a new-
even if
a
he's-
new place to stay.
right? So now
But even if he's not paying all the bills, he would have to pay the alimony.
yeah, true. But he has to find a smaller apartment or a smaller house because I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't be able to afford. I mean, unless he Big Daddy Kane like that. But if he's not like that, now we have to get everything smaller. He probably have to turn his car in. You know what I'm saying? Should we get something smaller? So like Redfield said, he have to start all the way over while she's still maintaining the house because she's getting alimony, child support.
One thing about child support, if you have joint physical custody, it's not as much as
That's true.
or it may not be any.
That's true.
My best friend is child support like $20 a month or $20 a week or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to his judge. I mean, shout out to his
he
referee.
takes care of his
Shit.
daughter. She's at my house right now, but he takes care of her for the most part. And he was they were married and he has joint custody
Mm-hmm.
of her, so he provides her health insurance, so he doesn't pay very much for child support to his ex-wife.
Right.
So that's just
Nowadays, some guys that don't, like, honestly, I don't pay that much. You know what I'm saying? So it is guys that don't pay that much.
right.
But there are situations, though, where things can go either way.
It is, and
Very horrible.
And a
for
lot
guy.
of times, and I'm not gonna say a lot of times, sometimes, and it's probably not very common, but sometimes the guy is okay paying the child support.
So
It alleviates the responsibility of actually raising the children.
So is it safe to say, from a business aspect, that it's better for us to go in 50-50 just in case this thing, like, from a business aspect, like, because now because clearly ain't no type of love touch the table, like none of the topic. So if we going into this as a business, is it safe to go in 50-50?
Well, I think everybody, every couple, every man, every woman should honestly evaluate what it is they want in a relationship, what type of dynamic they want. And it should be for everything from kids to the finances to the type of food you want to eat. All of this should be evaluated first with yourself, and then when you find someone that you think you might want to go to that level with, it should definitely be discussed with them. And it should be discussed early enough so that you can walk away if shit ain't right. And people, we just don't do that. We ask some stupid ass questions like, what's your favorite color? What you like to eat? Like, dumb ass questions. Ask some real questions because we're grown as hell now. Right.
But okay, so
what's your favorite song?
Okay, so I want to say more than half of the population isn't coming together as a business. People are together because there's some sort of mutual emotion, attraction,
Yeah.
something. So this is why those type of things aren't being discussed, because when it comes down to what me and you have, none of that shit even matters in this present time, because we're both filled with some sort of feeling. You got me, I got you. Nobody's expecting the extra narratives. Nobody's expecting the outside noise, the infidelity, the this person not wanting to do this or this person not wanting to do that. Initially, I'm assuming, because I can only assume because I've never been married, but I've been in relationships, and I'm pretty sure we came together because we just fuck with each other like that. It was never, oh, I take you out all the time, or you take me out all the time. It's never, I front the bill all the time. Everything has always been like 50-50. It's just a group effort. Like, so when you put this like, oh, I'm not going 50-50. Like, first of all, you came in as an entity. Your own entity. Do you give up you being an entity?
So if we're gonna look at it as a business,
are we looking at it as a business, or
let's draw a parallel.
At what point? At what point? Okay, so I guess I want to say, at some point, do we look at it as a business?
I feel like that you have to.
You do.
Simply because once you get married, you signing a contract.
Yeah.
So with that being said, with someone that has been through marriage for 10 years and a divorce, I feel like, yes, I would have to look at it in all different aspects of it, and not just going in and, oh, I just love you cold-heartedly and you just love me, we, you know what I'm saying, down the street. I don't feel like that. So now when I go into it, it would have to be like, okay, what are you bringing? What am I bringing?
Now, before you get there.
Okay, go
before
for
you
it.
get to that conversation.
Okay.
Money, good, everything, clicking on all cylinders.
Everything good.
Everything.
Right.
And the feeling is right.
Right.
All of that.
Okay.
At what point do you
just stop
that whole thing to discuss business? Because nobody initially is coming to this, coming into this as a business situation. We coming in here just all strong feeling and emotion and attraction. Is that honestly, interrupting?
Nah.
Does that make things worse?
Not when you're dealing with an adult.
Not when you're dealing with an adult.
And that's going to tell you right there what's in store for the future. You got to have these conversations. They're not easy sometimes, and you have to have them.
It's true.
So, you've grown. Like I said, we've grown. You have the hard conversations. Seriously, because
it's almost like people don't want to have the conversation about death, about life policies, and you know what I'm saying,
exactly.
things like that.
And I've had people tell me that.
We grown though, so we have to have these conversations. So, but now, Nick, how you just said it though, I do understand that like everything popping,
everything
clicking, traveling, having fun, this and that, and then it's like, all right, about this here business part. Like, see this contract here?
Well, it's not as formal. You can make it a more palatable conversation. Like saying, like, you know, do you want children, or if you have children, do you want more children? Where do you see yourself financially? And you can kind of sneak it in under a little playful, or you know, just normal conversations, but it can be had.
So imagine this, LC.
Okay.
And we've been talking about this for like a cold month, right?
Right.
This is supposed to be a conversation, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something wrong with the 6-month check-in.
Okay. Now,
how are we getting into this type of conversation? Well, I can't even ask you 6 months from now.
No, so one second before we elaborate on the 6 month thing. We had this conversation about having a checkpoint. So now listen to this.
On Winter's Wonderland on 7 Mile Radio. Shout out to the turf.
Every Tuesday,
Every
check us
Tuesday,
in.
10, 12.
Now, me and you start dating, right? We just met. We say, hey, look, you don't say it. So I bring it to you. Hey, look, 6 months from now, I want to have a checkpoint. After 6 months, we meet up. We go out dinner somewhere public, just in case one of us.
So I'm not calling this shit over. No,
Yeah, right. So we go somewhere public and we discuss, do I still like you and do you still like me? And then we go from there. How you feel about that?
I think it's fair.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's better to talk about it and to get it out there instead of just ghosting somebody or just,
Starting
to go off and set up another relationship and then be like, all right, that's not it, I'm out. At least it gives closure. And it gives closure on both sides, and it makes, if you're dealing with mature people, it makes it so that both people can go, if they need to, go their separate ways. And but it might be a problem if one person still is like, yeah, it's good, we good, and the other person is like, nah, this ain't it. That shit might be a little turbulent.
Yeah, I think the very first person would like have a be like double dutch, kind of like okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go first. This is our six month. We out in public eating. Yeah, I think I want to go ahead and go forward with this. I like you. I like your son. He's nice. He's pretty dope. What you think?
And she'd be like, nah, I don't think we should go. I don't think we should go any further. We good where we at, or
fuck this shit.
Yeah, that has definitely happened. That's the thing. But you gotta go into it open and ready for rejection.
I brought that up because the audience was almost an outrage. Like, how dare you?
Yeah,
You're digging for things that might not even exist, or that just
they was
seems,
calling us controlling.
Yeah,
like you just want to control everything. And I was like, well, how are we controlling when you have the opportunity to opt out?
Yeah.
And I have the opportunity to opt out.
The control comes in when a person does not have the conversation and they just make the decision on their own. And it affects both of you. But they just go ahead and make the decision and they don't talk to you about it. So that's where the control comes in. If a person comes to you and they actually speak to you about it, and even in that situation, you can still have a conversation about what's going on, what's wrong,
right,
what went wrong. And sometimes it's like, okay, that's something I'm willing to work on. And if that person is willing to say, okay, if you're willing to work on it, then we can try and do it again. And I wouldn't say 6 months. I wouldn't give them a time frame because then they could just fake it till they make it. I would say we could try it and talk about it again later.
So what the 6 months, or so one, that'll be totally up to you and him.
You have to, it has to be
so
agreed
it could
upon.
be a year.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It could be. He actually said every 3 months.
I think so. I think a year is definitely too long.
Probably.
Oh, shit.
Because I'd be tired of it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh shit. So
For me, it's one thing.
Long. A year would be too long?
Yeah, a year would be too long to wait to have the conversation.
So you like what, the 3 month or the 6 month?
Exactly.
So you like the 3 month or the 6 month?
I think 6
Or
months
just
is
month
fair.
to month, like Metro PCA. Like, all right, shit, you good? It's the 29th.
No, not month to month. That is
You
so
got
much.
to 12 Your ass ain't gonna make it.
That's too much. That's too much. So, it would have to be a time that is agreed upon by the two people, but I would say 3 or 6 months. I think 6 months is more fair because you get a chance to really spend time with each other throughout a 6 month period. You go through a lot, you probably done been through his birthday, her birthday, family gatherings, Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas or Easter if you celebrate that stuff, or Juneteenth or whatever. So you've dealt with celebrations, and then you've dealt with everyday life with one another, and you get to see each other in different settings. So I think 6 months is probably a better timeline than 3, but it should definitely be up to the people. So when you bring it up, you can negotiate and say, and it's really a logical way of thinking about, how to move forward in a relationship. It's really logical, because it's like, I like you now, but I don't really know you that well. And you like me now, but you don't really know me that well. I'm a hot ass mess. I tell people all the time, I'm a hot ass mess. So, let's see where this go. You know what I'm saying? I'm honest about it though.
Random question. When is your birthday?
May 23rd.
You that good,
Gemini?
Yes.
Shit.
I just knew that was coming. That's why I didn't want to say. That's why I didn't
you know what? You know what's crazy?
What?
Half of my brothers are Geminis.
They crazy?
More than half of my circle.
Because male Geminis is different.
It's made up of Geminis. I have 3 May Geminis, 4 June Geminis.
Male Geminis are a little different.
That's 14 people.
They're the reason people hate us.
That's 14 people. So that's why I asked, like you said, well, I'm a hot ass mess, and you can openly admit to it, but it's like, okay, is that triggered? Like, is the hot ass mess triggered, or is that just like the dark side of the tree?
A lot of times it's triggered. So I'm gonna tell you my worst. I have 2 really bad traits. One, I'm gonna get me before you get me. So if you come to me talking about, if you don't do this, the relationship is over, I'm gonna be like, well, fuck you then, the relationship is over. Fuck it. Like, I'm not about to play this game with you. What the fuck? I don't do ultimatums. Or my other one is, I have knee-jerk reactions. So something happens and my knee-jerk reaction will be like,
impulsive. And
then 5 minutes later, I'll be like, you know what? I'm sorry. You right. like I shouldn't have did that. So that's why a lot of times I pick my battles when I deal in a relationship. I definitely pick my battles very carefully. So I internalize a lot because I know I be tripping.
Going back a little bit. Do you two feel like people are moving too fast in these situations?
Towards relationships?
In relationships, in unions, period. Like,
no. No.
No? Like,
No.
Do you feel like the regular rate is like too fast to the point where the proper things aren't checked off? Like, is the integrating too fast? Like, do you meet the parents too fast? Do you meet the kids too fast? Like, things of that nature which will make it hard to separate. So, say if we did a 6 month, right? Mm-hmm. But in that 6 months, say fucking Easter and Memorial Day done passed. We've been around the family. We met the kids and grandma and all this
stuff. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
So,
because I want to ask you something.
So, being a person that I am that has been in and out of relationships, anybody that know me, look at you. Anybody that know me know that I've been in and out. You know what I'm saying? Out of, like, I leave one, 2-3 months later, boom.
Like, who is this? What happened to the other one?
Like, so I'm gonna say, yeah, hell yeah.
It's a lot of moving fast.
It's a lot of moving fast, and it's not enough of. Well, I guess I'm gonna speak for me, and it's not enough of understanding yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Just going right into it and just like, oh, okay, I think this is a good woman. She can cook, she can clean, she's pretty, she's sexy too. I like the sex. Fuck it, let's go ahead and settle. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Those are all.
Yeah.
Those are that's the criteria.
I mean, no, but
like,
I'm just
damn.
saying. But I mean, so if you want to bring in other things, money and but the basics for a man is
different from a woman.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Our things is cook, clean.
That's why y'all be having to start
Sex.
over after y'all get divorced.
No,
I'm just.
But I guess the basics is kind of different.
yeah,
because
like ours.
for me, it's conversation.
That's. I mean, look at what I'm doing now. So that's number one for me.
Yeah, conversation.
My peace.
Goals. Do our lifestyles add up? Because I'll actually keep you on the text or keep you on the phone for a cold month and a half before I physically step into your presence.
That's fine.
I mean, I've maybe missed out on a lot of things like that, but I grew cautious because physically I'm a firecracker. Like if I like you, if I'm feeling you, I want to have sex with you. So it's like, whoa, okay, because that physical attachment, if the physical attachment comes with me, if the physical attachment comes before I even know if I like you or not, then I'm speeding down.
So I guess with me, I'm like that too as well, and that's why I had told you before. I think it was on another show or either, but it was. I actually fall in love with the person after like a week.
Damn.
Define in
A
love.
week.
Right? Yeah, no, right?
Define that.
So
It's probably
you-
obsession.
No, actually, is it in love? Probably not.
You
But
become
what I'm saying is that
Obsession.
overly passionate.
overly passionate,
It's obsession.
and
Is it?
Yes. It's often it's a phase. It's a part of
Obsession.
yeah. It's not always as extreme as you think.
Because
But, you know, you
obsession
wanna-
is a strong term. Because when you hear obsession, it's normally out of,
Sometimes we mistake obsession for love.
addicted.
Yeah.
No,
You want to be with that person. You want to be around that person. You want to talk to that person. And you don't want to deal with anybody else for the time being. So that is that's definitely a form of obsession. Yeah.
So I'm like, I can like feel a person's energy and like, damn, I love being around this person. Energy's fucking great. She's pretty. She's this. She's that.
And you
go
are
out, go out and have fun.
and you are
Aries.
fire.
Yeah, fire sign.
sign. Yeah.
And shit, so we can be like loving it, right?
Yeah.
Enjoying each other daily,
Then what?
weekly,
Then what?
and then it just be like,
The obsession is over. The obsession is over. It's
Like a
it's
wick.
more fleeting than love.
like a firecracker wick.
Yeah.
And just no, it don't even pop. Just and just fade away. Like, damn, that firecracker was a dud.
Then you wouldn't even get a boom out of it.
Yes. Yeah.
I hope ain't none of them watching this. Like, who the fuck
Shout
you calling it up?
Shout out to all the Aries in the world.
There's that. But but I get what you're saying. I've been in those situations. The guy was telling you about, that was kind of that situation. At first it was like, this is what I've been looking for, blah blah blah. But after like a few weeks, I was like, I need a break. He getting on my fucking nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few weeks after that, it was like done.
Cold turkey.
It was cold turkey.
wick
Like,
had-
we
On
was
your
talking
behalf.
one day and we stopped talking, and the next day it was on my behalf.
On your behalf.
Probably his too. Cause I gave him the attitude of life, because he was getting on my nerves. I didn't say anything, but he could see it in my face that I was not happy with him.
So
So
explain
I
that.
just didn't talk to him again after
Explain
that.
that. What led to that?
Oh, child, I don't want to get into that.
Because
Let's just say
this
he
is a
was
short-
selfish.
This is a short span of time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's just say he was selfish, and I'm more of a selfless person, but I still have requirements. I still have things that I ask for, and I do not ask for a lot. So when I feel like when a person doesn't do that little that I asked for, that is deliberate, because sometimes it's the easiest thing. It really is. So I'm like, I feel like it's just like they're deliberately not trying to do anything for me. And that's what I felt like. So I got out of that situation. Because I'm not about to deal with that.
So clear this up. When you say, do things for me, you don't mean in a monetary...
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I never asked him for a dime.
Okay, bust that down for me. Like, so when you say do things for me, describe a few of the things that you want.
So like if my back hurt and I'm like, can you rub my back? And he's sitting there anyway, and he be like, I can't do it. And we sitting there like we're literally sitting next to each other, and he's not doing anything.
He just did 60 hours.
No, he didn't. But I work too. He don't work in no plant. He just did 60 or whatever. Anyway, my point is, he don't even work with his hands. I can see if he worked with his hands and they hurt or something at the end of the day.
Is a bit more than
my
physical.
job is, what do you think I do all day?
I'm just saying.
I work too, and that shit is draining. I'll be exhausted.
I was just trying to just help the brother out. You know what I'm saying?
I totally understand, which is why I don't expect that every day. But it was just a point where, at one point, and I think another problem was that I wasn't sexually satisfied with him either, and that's even worse. And I had told I told my girlfriend, I said he stressed me out way too much.
So now I'm gonna drop it.
Exactly, like it's not equal. It's not equal. Like, you got to give me some relief somewhere. I'm not getting no relief nowhere. So, it's just added stress on top of stress on top of stress, and I don't know that. And I've been just way better since I just stopped having conversations with him. Just a conversation with him can just wind me up to a point where I just be I need a drink. I need a drink.
No, so what was that conversation that we was talking about last night?
We talked about a lot of stuff last night.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't remember none of it.
Last night. It was a lot, man.
It was a lot.
Okay.
It was a lot.
Okay.
How important is sex?
Oh yeah, sex is very important. I'm about to tell you why. Because I'm a grown ass woman.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. I am a grown ass woman, and I'm not dead yet. I'm not in my 60s yet. So, and even in the 60s, in your 60s, you know, people still doing it. But I want. You know what?
I got something for you too.
She looking for something on Instagram.
On Facebook.
Oh.
Because
I think I ordered it. I did. I did.
Yeah. So I'm looking for it.
Order what? What is this that we
on his post on Facebook?
She had did the.
He asked which was most important.
54213. Remember the numbers, okay?
Yeah.
54213.
That's looks, money.
No,
number
looks
5 was personality.
Personality. Okay.
And then what's the next number?
Loyalty.
Money.
Penis size. Now let's get.
Wait. Hold on. So now, me and the guys on this thing was like so many women capping, right?
I'm about to tell you something.
You just said sex is very important.
Oh, sex is important.
Right,
Absolutely.
Right.
I never once said.
What? You just named about 4 different things before sex.
I named 4 different things before penis size.
Okay, so string off what was it? What did she?
5 what?
5, 4, 2, 3, 1, probably.
5, 4. So
But
5 is personality. 4 loyalty. What's the next number?
2, 3, 1. Right.
2 is money. 3 is look.
No, I didn't put 1 last. I know I didn't put 1 last.
Okay, so where is 1?
Huh?
Where is
I
1?
don't remember.
4.
I mean, wait, it's right in your face.
So it's right before you.
It's right in your face.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all something that's probably gonna fuck y'all up. It was gonna fuck up what you thought you knew.
Okay.
The size has nothing to do with the satisfaction. Now, sometimes a guy's so small you can't feel anything. I can understand that. But I have had guys that were average size give me way more pleasure than guys that were like 8, 9 inches. And it's just a bunch of factors that come into play. And like some guys have sex like they the only ones in the room. Like the women don't even have to be there. I felt like I could just leave my vagina and go shopping.
Wow.
I don't need to be there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So yeah, that's whack as fuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it has not. The guy I was just talking about, he wasn't small. He was, nicely endowed. It was whack.
Damn it, man.
What made it whack?
What's his name? Let's see. He's
I'm not-
watching.
What
He's
made
not
it
watching.
whack?
He don't do social media.
What made it whack?
Huh?
What made it whack?
Yeah,
There
school us.
There was no foreplay.
Okay.
There was a lack of. I don't remember being aroused. It was lack of connection, affection. The stroke was just half-assed. It was weird. It was like he was
pumping?
doing it the way he wanted. He
Was
liked
it
it
just pumping?
with no regard to me.
Like no grind? It was just like the white boys?
It was just half. Like it wasn't even
Allegedly.
like.
Right.
Because
Allegedly
I don't know.
white boys.
I can't attest to that. I can't attest to that. I don't know. I've never.
How
done
does
that.
it get to that point if there's no, because it sounds like a lack of chemistry. So is the attraction just that much?
I was very attracted to him. So there was that. I found him attractive.
Damn
It wasn't that I wasn't
And you
attracted to
didn't
him.
even find yourself. So, at just offer, because if you're attracted to him,
Mm-hmm.
clearly you're aroused in some sort, right? In the beginning.
It's hard to explain that one. Being attracted to a person does not necessarily mean that I'm aroused, by them. It just depends on the situation. So I could see a guy out, and see him and I'll be like, damn, he fine. But I'm not like thinking sexually about him or in sexual situations at that time. Sometimes I could be. And, but sometimes I'm not. So I'm not really aroused. I'm just pleased by what I see. And for women, it's not visual. It's visual for y'all. It's not visual for us. We need all that other shit.
Hold on. It's not physical?
It's definitely physical. I said it's not visual. So basically,
So
you
it's
can
not
see,
visual.
you can look at a woman and you know what I'm saying, you
Our dick get
aroused.
hard. Goddamn.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
For us, it's not the same. If we see you, we might need to see you doing something in particular, or it's about the way you touch, the way you kiss, the way you speak. All of these things come together, and that's what arouses us.
So,
And the way you smell, oh, that's important.
question. So, when the guy walk into a room and women just like, that's not visual? Like,
That's visual, absolutely.
so, I'm confused here. Help me out.
Let's see, how can I explain this? Attraction is one thing, and arousal is something else.
Okay. You had said that earlier.
Right.
Okay.
So I can be attracted to you,
And
and then when it comes down to it,
uh
you can do some shit that's off, and then I'm turned off.
Sheesh.
Okay.
Even though I'm attracted to you.
So now, the whole saying, right? That a woman she already know as soon as she see you that she would have sex with you.
It's ideal.
Doesn't that go against what you're saying?
It's an ideal. It's like, based on how he looks, I would hit that. But once we get to know
But that's
y'all,
still visual, though.
it's visual,
Because
but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's aroused. It means that she good with the possibility. She like, I could do that.
But that's
you know
still
what I'm
us,
saying?
though. Because honestly,
Y'all be ready. Y'all be at the ready. Y'all be like,
Nah.
So you gonna ride the bike without oil in the chain? Like I'm confused. Like
Yeah, I'm confused.
So
you're asking me?
yeah.
So what do you mean by ride the bike without oil in the chain? Can you help me out with that?
So you're gonna get penetrated without being aroused, somewhat turned on.
Yeah, we only did it twice.
Shit, and he didn't hit the nozzle not one time.
Well, you really can't go off the first one, though, because the first one, you know what I'm saying, sometimes they can hit and miss. Hey.
JM all day, JH.
Yeah.
I can't tell
You
if
say
that's
she
M or H.
capping.
Look, there are women who are very adamant about the size. I'm not about to say that they don't. They're not. But skill is important. Skill is more important than size.
I've heard that more times than
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. I have heard
I've
that
heard
too.
that more
Yeah.
times than
But
I liked them, Jay. I did. I tried. I was trying. I'm done. I quit.
But now back to what we were saying though about the woman actually see a guy and be like, I would have sex with him. Doesn't that go against what you're saying though?
Yeah, she can say that in the
because
beginning,
we
but
as
when it comes
men-
down to it, if he's not moving right, that
but it still
changes.
starts off though with visual though.
It does start off with visual, but what I'm saying is that's not necessarily arousal. It's attraction.
So if we see a woman, right? If I see a bad motherfucker, my dick don't get hard. Just like that bitch's body is amazing. Like God really does her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like
And you're attracted.
I'm attracted. So that's attraction the same way that y'all would be attracted to a guy, then, right?
Absolutely, but you're not aroused.
That's not you. You're
But-
saying you're
Jesus,
aroused.
is that fan even on? It's hot as fucking here.
You're saying
And I got the nerve to
aroused,
be in a long sleeve shirt.
and she's saying attract. Like so, you're aroused off sight. She's saying,
Turn that fan
I can like how you look,
from.
but that don't guarantee that you don't hit the pussy.
It does not guarantee.
So what you're saying is
Because it's a
is
whole
that,
lot of steps in between looking at you and getting to the point of saying, oh no, this was good. Whatever he just did was great.
Because you often hear
Perfect.
because you often hear
Yeah, that's good.
you often hear that fellas maybe talk their way up out of it, or they might
yes,
they might make a bold move and they don't you know what I'm saying, it might deter the whole thing. Like,
I had
okay.
a guy touch me wrong and it was over. I was like, this is done. I don't want to do it anymore.
Was you wrong?
I don't
grab
want-
your head or something.
No.
Did he just grab without
Grab your
finessing,
booty,
or
right? Like
It was
smack
it was
you on the
really
ass,
there was
and he
really no
start choking you.
sensuality to it. It was just like down and dirty, and I was just like,
He groped you.
nah.
He did.
I don't like groping.
And
you were like,
gross.
He Donald Trump.
It
I got okay. Yeah, that's what happened. So I was
Was
just
it
like,
really?
yeah. So I was just
Wow.
like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it anymore, and it was done.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
it may. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So damn, that's fucked up. My man.
yeah, he groped
Yeah.
it without.
Yeah, and I'm a lady.
So was it like a sexual? I mean, like a slow motion growth? Was it
Nah,
just like
it wasn't
kinda
slow
like
motion.
a Donald Trump? It was like
It was
Aggressive.
aggressive
yeah, it
and
was like oh, see that
crass.
thing, girl.
Yeah, it
You
was
got hair on it?
very. It was just very crass, and you know,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work for me. It was like whatever was going on, it was just like done. I was like, yeah, this is not gonna
So it's not
go
the lick.
further. You know,
Okay.
it's not gonna happen. So yeah, so attraction, arousal, two different things. A lot of times men have to do things to get a woman aroused. Not necessarily to her. A woman could watch you on the dance floor dancing and be aroused. She could see you cleaning the house and be aroused. Cause we think that's sexy as fuck. She can, you know, watch you just doing anything, cutting the grass, you know. So it's you have to, you know, it's just you have to do something, and also the way you smell, the way you speak is important as well. It's different for everybody. It's different for every woman. We're not all the same. Hope y'all wasn't, just in case y'all didn't know.
No,
You can't approach every woman the same way.
I've heard multiple.
I approach women all the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but your
All the
approach,
same.
is subtle. You don't have an aggressive,
That's true.
nasty approach.
Yeah.
Like, you approach like a gentleman. Like,
Yeah, it's always a joke first. Like, whatever.
Unless you gonna do it, huh? I was just playing. Unless you
Right.
gonna do it.
yeah, it's always a joke.
Yeah. So.
So you were saying what now, Nick?
I've been told things that people were attracted about me, and it had nothing to do with my looks. It could be the way I speak.
Come on, women.
Yeah.
I mean, of course.
Yeah,
Duh.
Jesus. Of course. Okay. Of
Hey,
course.
you know,
So it could have been the way I rapped. A person saw my voice before they even heard my voice, before they even saw me. It was like, damn, when I first heard you, you sounded
Sexy.
you know what I'm saying? I was like,
Now I look at you, ain't shit, huh?
no, I probably ain't shit by now. I mean, but it's like, or I was at a gas station. I had one of my friends like follow me to the gas station, and I was doing something with my car, and randomly I got a text like, just seeing you under the hood with them gloves on, like did something to me, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Nigga trying to make sure it's all straight. Man, I ain't worried about your attraction right now.
Right.
I'm trying to make sure I can make it to the next destination.
But
You know what I'm saying?
A man working with his hands and doing, things with his hands, like being useful. Yeah, that shit is a turn on to a lot of women, because you wouldn't believe how many useless motherfuckers is out here. Can't change a tire, can't change your oil, don't know how to work the lawnmower, just don't know how to do shit. I mean, that's not my type of dude, but they out here.
You've spoken on your type of dude a couple times.
Mm-hmm. I have my ideal type, and then I have what I actually get.
Okay, so give me the ideal type.
So masculine, definitely that's a requirement. I don't.
Describe the masculine features.
Someone that knows how to be dominant without being overly what's the word I'm looking for?
Baron.
Yeah, kind of like without being overbearing. Like somebody that's going to be dominant without being overbearing. Somebody that knows how to take charge, knows how to make decisions. Being handy, working with your hands is pretty cool. I do like that. That's not 100% a requirement, but it's something I would definitely like. Like, please know how to do something. Somebody that's not driven by emotion.
Someone that's not driven by emotion.
Yes, not saying that he can't have emotions and he can't express his emotions. I'm absolutely open to that. I always have been. But you can't. Don't be driven by emotions. Don't be out there acting a fool because you feel some kind of way.
Yeah, I mean,
and like you can just talk. Like, it's okay.
Impulsive, in other words.
Yeah, and I've dated that guy that was just emotionally driven, and that was high stress as well.
What about stretch pants?
For a man, absolutely not.
So now give me what you normally attract.
What I normally attract, we talked about this before, art types, the artsy types of dudes. They probably sing or rap or paint or
Jesus. Jesus.
Or paint or they do something artsy. That might not be their main profession.
So we come over there,
but they're creative.
Paint on your wall. Be like, baby,
oh no, we gonna fight. We gonna fight
right here.
We're going to fight.
What are your pants now, baby?
It don't work that way.
I made art, goddamn
it don't work that way. The whole east side will come out of me. You throw some paint on my wall.
So what's the general what's the general outlook on the artsy guy? Like what? How does?
I like creatives. I like art. That's one thing. But one thing about creatives is they are intuitive. They are very intuitive, and being intuitive actually makes them really good lovers. Out of the bedroom and in the bedroom. At first, when they're into you, as long as they're into you. So when that changes, of course, it kind of goes cold. But as long as they're into you, they're pretty intuitive, and that's something that kind of draws me in because I'm an intuitive partner as well. I'm gonna seek out what you need, and I'm gonna make sure that need is filled. You don't even have to say anything. You know, so that's something that I am attracted to, and I do like that, and I would like that to be.
My friend wants to date my ex. How you feel about that?
What? What?
Go ahead.
I think
She
the
over here
biggest
shaking
question is,
like it already happened before.
it didn't happen before, but
you
it's a hot
visualize
mess.
it. Yeah.
That's
So
a
what
mess
would
for
you do?
your ass.
What?
Say do it.
Who am I to stand in the way of something that could possibly work?
That, and it really has to be, oh God, this has to be like an adult. They have to really be grown up, because your homeboy needs to come to you and ask you about it, and he has to respect whatever it is that you say. If he's interested in maintaining your friendship,
No, he doesn't.
If he's interested in maintaining your friendship, he does.
Yeah.
But if you're no longer interested in that woman, and you have absolutely no feelings for her whatsoever, you ain't talk to her, y'all don't deal with each other at all, you don't even care. Most of the time, you don't even care about what your ex got going on. So if you feel like she might make your boy happy and he might make her happy, then why would you stand in the way of that?
Right. Now we're not talking about what should happen, right?
I can only talk about what should happen because I've never been in a situation.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I can't say what.
So?
You know what?
I've done it before.
Did you ask for permission first?
No.
Oh.
I've never dated. I personally won't, but I have hooked a friend up. You know what I'm saying?
With a friend.
With one of your exes or one of a friend's exes?
Something like that. Yeah.
No.
Wait, no.
I asked 2 questions.
No, wait. Make that clear to me.
I have hooked up
Your ex.
an ex with a
homie.
friend. Yeah.
And did it work out?
Oh.
Yeah.
It
So,
did. Oh,
What?
that's sweet.
so yeah,
Well, yeah.
you have done that.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounded like you was leaning towards you haven't.
No, I wouldn't do it. Period.
You wouldn't
Date my homeboy ex.
Oh,
Wouldn't.
okay. Yeah.
I would.
I mean,
I got another question too.
I just don't want to hold on to somebody else's fate. Like, it just is what it is. I'm not with her for some reason, but there's laws behind that. You go ahead, but remember, you my man's. Don't bring her around me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We friends.
No, now we at the pool party. Together. This your ex, and she naked as hell, and you know what I'm saying? They over there tonguing and fucking
really,
in the corner of the pool.
I can't
Ew,
really.
get out the pool.
I can't really trip on that
Because
swim.
you had said yeah.
Because I mean, why am I holding on to some sort of emotion to somebody that I'm not with? Like, why am I doing that? Like,
Somebody you don't
what
want.
type of
I don't
You
even
want
think
it.
that is like towards you holding the emotions towards your ex.
Kwame said, "What up, though?"
What I think it is that it's more about your male friend. You know what I'm saying? I would think that it's more about the male friend is sleeping with your ex more than just saying, hey, ex, I don't care who the hell you fucking or screwing. But if it's someone that you know, I think that's where it comes in, where it's like, damn.
Because that ultimately brings her back into your life.
It'll change the dynamic. It'll change the dynamic a little bit, but not to the point where it'll interfere with my friendship. I just don't want. I mean,
You don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it. I don't have to be a part of it.
Right. So that's why I brought up the pool party.
I mean, well, I'm not.
You said,
I can't even say that I won't even invite her. I mean,
Damn.
I can't even
But
say
if
that.
you good on her and you don't want her, you should be able to share a space with her without feeling no type of
that's
way.
different.
I mean, I can share a space with her. I don't want to
Yeah.
share a space with
With
them.
him. Yeah. Yes. It's kind of different.
I'm not gonna stop you from doing
So
what
you don't
want to
see somebody succeed where you failed?
No, because it may not be a failure for me. I just don't want to see it personally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a visual thing for me. It's nothing that I will think about. Oh shit! It's
I
nothing
feel
I will
like-
think about outside of my everyday life.
Another
I
question.
feel like if you green like that, you need to be ready for whatever that means.
Yeah.
And you have to think about all of that before you say, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Like I said,
Before
it's a
you
lot
go
of
like that.
factors that come into that.
Because you're not going to tell him you invited, but she not invited.
No, you just don't invite him. That's what he said.
Damn.
It's all right.
Yeah.
That's
But it's not personal because if you still call me, I'm still coming for you, my nigga. But
Right, yeah.
either I don't fuck with you no more.
No,
Because-
it's not gonna be no double dates.
I'll just
I can
kick
see
it.
that.
I can kick
Because
it.
that's
a
weird.
pool party. I can kick it with you.
That's weird as fuck.
I can kick it with you how we normally kick it. I just
Exactly.
don't want to be on that side of your. I don't want no dealings with it.
Yeah,
That's you. If
Yeah.
you nominate to take on something that I know that I've had dealings with, then cool. But just keep that over there. You're still my man's. I love you no less. I haven't. That's not my property.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to see it
Another question: can your friends follow your mate?
on.
Follow them. So
Like
I
on
mean,
social media?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Hmm?
I don't care about that.
Shit, I don't care.
My friends
wouldn't
loyal to me. And they damn sure don't want the people I done dealt with. I don't know why
Well, shit,
somebody would
first
want
of
them
all,
motherfuckers.
You never know.
Including myself. Apparently people do, but one thing I
Ooh,
notice
question.
about women.
Question. Question.
Mhm.
Why do good women cheat?
Good women cheat.
That's
Who said that?
That's a fact.
Who said they was good women?
That's just something I just seen.
I don't subscribe to that, please.
Yeah.
Be real.
I plead the fifth.
That's
I do not subscribe to that
plead the fifth.
belief,
Your
and I'm
Honor.
going to tell you because I hold the same standard for women that I hold for men.
Mm-hmm.
There's no double standard there.
Mm-hmm.
If you are unsatisfied, if you're dissatisfied in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
one of two things needs to happen. You either need to leave, or you need to have the conversation, about possibly opening up the relationship. Because it's only cheating because it's unfair to the other person.
So
You out here getting your jollies and they at home looking stupid.
Right.
So I asked you
So
this.
are you going around the question though? I said why do good women cheat?
I don't consider them good women.
So I asked you this.
So wait, hold on. Just hold that question though. Don't forget it.
Alright.
Okay. So that was the question. That wasn't like something that I came up, right?
Mhm.
But now, why do a woman have to be a bad woman because she cheat?
That was my
It
question.
depends. Okay, let's see. How do I articulate this?
Because, so let me say this first. Because I'm the type of person, as you seen from the conversation that we had last night, I don't think that people are bad people just because they step out. Like, that don't make them a bad person. So,
But it could make you a bad woman or man.
It can make you
It's different.
It can make you a bad mate.
Yeah, right. There we go.
that
Mate.
sounds better.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Not
Right.
person. You're just not
Yeah,
the
'cause
type of mate who considers somebody
Someone
else's
else's
feelings
feelings.
when
God, yeah.
your wants kick into play.
It's more than feelings too, because safety comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Safety. I don't know if I can't remember how long ago this story happened, but the guy was cheating on his wife. Side chick kidnapped his wife and put her in the trunk.
Bitch.
He opened her up to that attack.
Yeah.
Somebody he vowed to love and care for.
What
the
he
rest
should
of
have
their
did
life.
was he should have checked the old girl background before he cheated with her. He should have cheated with somebody else that wasn't a.
So
a
cheating
mess.
is just always the option. It's just like you can do it. You just gotta do it right.
Yeah.
You gotta
just
put in the application and
Say, look.
run a full background check.
look. Are you capable of
Nobody is
putting my
doing
wife
that.
in a trunk?
I'm done.
Nobody is capable of it until they do it. You don't know a person's breaking
You know what I'm
point.
saying? He should have did his.
You don't
did
know a
his,
person's
check.
breaking point. you do not know a person's breaking point. That I can tell you for sure. A person can go their whole life and never even raise their voice, and then the next thing you know, they shooting up a fucking theater.
I know that's me. I ain't never raised my voice.
Right.
Goddamn lie.
You was yelling yesterday. I was like, if you don't stop yelling at me, I felt attacked.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah, you was happy.
Let me ask you this.
So you was happy.
Definitely him. She cooked. First of all, she's sexy. Cold body. She cooked. She clean.
I see where you going with
She
this.
washes. She put ass. She put
Already
lotion
answer for
on
you.
your heels. She put lotion on your heels. On your heels.
Yeah, heels.
Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She put it down in the bedroom. She packing your lunch to go. You know what I'm saying? She might even cash app you. Hey, go get your hair cut.
Fucking awesome, man.
She definitely did cheat on.
And she step out.
Oh, and she step out.
She step out.
But why? Why would she do something?
I don't even want to get into the whys. I don't even want to get into the whys.
Right.
Did she cheat? Is she a bad person?
No, she's not a
Your
bad
woman.
person.
Your woman.
No, she is not a bad person. No.
Okay, so she hold her own, right? She got all the shit that you got, right?
I'm gonna choke the shit out of her.
Ah, damn.
But you gonna stay with her? But you ain't gonna let her go.
Can you say?
Honestly, I mean, I don't know.
You don't know?
Probably not. Honestly, me personally, knowing that another
Latrice.
another nigga dick, then
What you think she was doing before she met you? What comment you
it's
getting her
something totally
from?
different.
Oh, okay.
Me personally, if I know that another nigga dick done been in my puss hole, you know what I'm saying, then
While you occupying the
I
territory.
don't even like that word. Like whatever he just made up.
No.
Don't say that no more.
no women.
No, but he stands by that word, like
You said a lot.
heavily,
Oh God.
heavily. Like,
Yeah, but no. Me personally, no. I probably wouldn't. She would have to be a special motherfucker. Like everything that you just said. I'm gonna say no, but you know what I'm saying. She would have to be a special.
A woman doing all that is not trying to cheat. She done invested too much.
Latrice, I only celebrate it if the person that I'm dealing with wants to celebrate it. If not, I could definitely care less about it.
But you know, Sweetie's Day is for the man.
I still don't give a fuck.
But she not even gonna say. But now when Valentine's comes, she ain't gonna say, "Yeah, baby, you ain't even gotta celebrate."
But
this
it don't even
Celebrate
feel
that
right.
shit either.
It don't even feel right receiving a gift
What?
and not
Giving it
getting
back?
something back. Like that shit don't feel right. So I'd rather not to. Don't buy me shit.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Because if you buy me something, I'm compare like, oh shit, especially if it's dope. You know what I'm saying? If it's dope, I gotta do a little bit more than just drop you some dick. Like, oh, thank you. I'm finna fuck the show.
The pressure is just on for Valentine's Day or
Yeah.
Christmas because Christmas is closer.
It's definitely not because if I choose not to, if I choose not to celebrate Valentine's Day,
I think it's
then
okay.
I'm not gonna.
I think
No, but you cannot do that though.
I'm sorry. Here we go.
No.
It doesn't make you a bad person.
If I don't fuck
But you
with
can be a bad
Valentine's Day, I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day.
No, all right, now. But you would have to go into that in the beginning and say, look, I don't
fuck with these holidays, and I make sure
But you can't say that. Yeah, since we didn't celebrate Sweetie's Day, baby, you ain't got shit coming Valentine's Day. That's what I'm saying.
Well, personally, you can.
No, because that was your choice, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying I didn't say there isn't grave consequences that come with that, but I could definitely say that.
No, but you.
But in the beginning, I definitely
She
make
come
it
to you
known.
like, baby, look, man, I got this badass phone for you for Sweetie's Day.
Yeah.
And you say, nah, baby, I don't want nothing for
Go ahead and
Sweetie's
say that
Day.
motherfucker
And then Valentine's come,
Oh my God.
and then she like,
Hey, listen.
like, baby,
If
where
this
my
is-
gift at? Well, baby, we didn't celebrate
If you
Sweetie's Day.
reject her gift,
If this is cornering me
That would be
to
fucked up.
celebrate it, then let it be because you buying me something. Don't let it be because of the holiday.
that's what
You know what
I
I'm
be
saying?
on. That's
Well,
what
listen,
I be on.
ladies,
'Cause I don't
listen.
really care.
Because I'm letting it known straight in the beginning. I could care less about these romantic holidays. It don't mean shit
Now,
to me.
right. Now, me being the person that I am, right? I love to see a woman smile off of surprises and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
When it's my turn to have these surprises,
Yes, I.
Duh. Men go in head first, but not with the head on their shoulders. Oh my god.
but
This is true.
but now I want my gifts. I'm not gonna
You want
say
your shit.
Hell yeah, because on the days where it's your turn, oh motherfucker, I'm about to surprise the shit out your ass. You know what I'm saying? But when it's my day, I want my flowers. Goddamn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to base that type of shit around a day. Like,
But now I'm gonna say this
if I'm
though
that
too,
type-
though, Nick.
Or what?
Now, I don't believe in half of these damn holidays, right?
Yeah.
But I'm about to tell you what it do. The same thing that a family reunion do. It bring you closer together.
Man, shit, you seen some of these family reunions?
Oh, we definitely had a fight
Yeah,
with ours. The family made
But
the
I
fight.
get what you're saying. I get what you're
Is
saying.
it gives you and your girl an extra break. One from work because it's a holiday, so people didn't took off a day or whatever. You could do these things every day. That's true. But it just gives you an extra day though to just say, you know what, baby, I know I just gave you some flowers yesterday too, but here go this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And let's go out for this day. Yeah, I know we just went out last Saturday, but this is a special day right here. So let's just do it.
I think it only it only means something if you're not waiting for that day to do something special. Because a lot of people wait for that day.
Mm-hmm.
Like some women wait for that day to buy the man a gift. Like what was you doing the other 364 days of the year? Just
she ain't shit.
Give me, shut up.
Fuck you, girl.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't wait for a calendar to tell me,
Well, then just do
you
it.
know, when to gift my man or when to celebrate my man.
Call that guy.
What guy?
The one you were just talking about.
The two-time
Boy
man.
guy.
The 10-inch guy that didn't have good sex. Go ahead and call him and tell him that you about to bring him over. What he asked you for?
A bunch of shit.
Some
I was
Cheetos.
running all over the damn city trying to find the damn Gatorade flavor.
Yeah. The Gatorade flavor, the Cheetos. What do you want? The hot and ready. Go and get all them gifts and say, baby, I'm on my way.
Nah. That's not my problem no more. I am in a different place. That way, I'm in a different place. I have moved on. But yeah, I just don't feel like we should wait until the calendar tells us to appreciate our mate.
And I don't think.
And so I purposely don't celebrate those holidays for that reason.
Is appreciation always wrapped up into $1?
No, not necessarily.
Say it again.
Is appreciation always wrapped up into $1?
Absolutely not.
No. Because a lot of my gifts came from just me like making some shit or doing something.
Those are the best gifts
Making
to
some
me.
shit, huh?
Yeah.
Like what, B?
I may cook or something. You know, I still don't cook. You know what I'm saying? I may cook or something. Cook a steak.
So you might kill her, is what you're saying.
Damn, B, I actually got one of the coldest steaks on the east side of Michigan. You hear me?
I mean, you definitely said that you don't cook.
Yeah.
So,
but I can make a dog ass steak.
But you can make a steak.
I can make no, not a steak.
Uh-huh.
I can make a cold ass steak.
A cold ass steak. You know how to make mashed potatoes?
Wow. That damn box.
Oh my God. Don't be feeding her no box mashed potatoes.
Hey.
If I had pearls, I'd be
That
clutching
steak
it right
gonna be
now.
out cold. You hear me? But anything else besides that steak, good luck.
Well, you know.
I hope your taste buds don't work. Because
that's about as far as it's gonna fucking go. Everything else is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't go past the steak. Eat the steak. Please.
I had an ex
Don't go
that
past
cooked for me a couple of times, and it was not good. But I ate it, and I did not complain. I didn't say anything. I was just like, thank you. I'm like, this fucking potatoes was raw.
Oh man,
They wasn't cooked fully, and it was just like he wasn't a cook. He couldn't cook. It was. I don't know if he ever cooked anything other than chicken.
But it was a
But it
thought.
was a thought, so I didn't complain about it.
Right.
It wasn't good, but I didn't tell him it wasn't good.
Saying no money was involved besides him just buying the food. It was
Right.
just.
I've cooked for him too. I used to take him lunch up to work.
But your
on my
life
days
is
off.
definitely on the line. Food poisoning like a motherfucker. Ah man, as long as you don't mix the chicken with the, you know what I'm saying, with the other stuff. Hey, you see, chicken got the salmonella.
You see where we just went wrong there? Because we talking about steak, and now you talking about chicken. Ladies, don't go past the steak, and still will kill the shit out of you. Okay, you better call in for work. So far, this has been a great show. I want to take the time out to thank all the everybody who's tuned in. I know we've been through, a few difficulties over this time, but understand that we're building and we're growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are a platform that's particularly based around the male perspective. This is not to disrespect anybody. This is not to discredit anybody. But
yes,
please. The views and opinion of Al Steele does not reflect the views and opinions of Feezus Price. Again, my name is Feezus.